Welcome to the future of urban mobility, a world where the lines between professional commuting and high-adrenaline off-road exploration are becoming increasingly blurred. Today, we are focusing our attention on a brand that has already cemented its legacy in the electric bike world, but is now ready to conquer the pavement and the dirt with something entirely different. Engwe, a name synonymous with affordability and raw power in the e-bike sector, has just dropped a bombshell that has sent shockwaves through the American micromobility market. We are talking about the upcoming Engwe Y1000, a dual-motor beast that has not even officially hit the streets yet, but is already carrying the prestigious weight of an American Good Design Award. This is not just another plastic-clad commuter toy. This is a calculated, high-performance machine designed to answer the desperate calls of riders who felt the previous models, while good, just didn't have enough muscle for the diverse American landscape. To understand why the Y1000 is causing such a stir, we first have to look at the pedigree of the manufacturer. Engwe built its empire on the backs of fat-tire e-bikes like the L20 and the M20, proving that you could deliver massive torque and range without a $5,000 price tag. However, as the urban landscape evolves, riders are looking for more compact, versatile solutions that can be tucked into an apartment or a trunk, while still providing the thrill of a motorcycle. The Y1000 represents the pinnacle of this evolution. It is the flagship of the new Y series, and it arrives with a design philosophy that has already been validated by the American Good Design Foundation. To win such an award, a vehicle must do more than just look pretty. It must excel in ergonomics, innovation, and overall design impact. When you look at the Y1000, you see a frame that balances industrial ruggedness with a clean, modern finish that looks just as home in a high-rise lobby as it does on a gravel trail. Let's talk about the heart of this machine, because that is where the real story lies. Most entry-level scooters in the United States struggle with a single 350-watt or 500-watt motor, which is fine for a flat sidewalk, but falls apart the moment you encounter a 10-degree incline. Engwe decided that mediocrity was not an option for the Y1000. This scooter features dual motors, one in each wheel, each pumping out a peak of 1,200 watts.
When you do the math, that is a staggering 2,400 watts of total peak power, or roughly 3.2 horsepower. In the world of electric kick scooters, that is an astronomical figure. It means that whether you are a heavier rider or someone facing the daunting hills of San Francisco, the Y1000 is built to maintain its momentum without breaking a sweat. Early testing and promotional footage show the scooter effortlessly performing wheelies and maintaining high speeds on inclines that would leave other scooters crawling at a walking pace. While the European versions might be restricted to comply with local laws, the American version is expected to unleash the full potential of this dual-motor setup, likely reaching speeds that will make even seasoned riders double-check their helmets. Power is impressive, but power without control is a recipe for disaster. This is where Engwe's engineering team really leaned into their off-road expertise. The Y1000 is equipped with a comprehensive full suspension system. At the front, you have a traditional suspension fork that handles the chatter of uneven pavement, while the rear shocks manage the larger impacts from potholes or off-road obstacles. This is paired with 10-inch fat tires that provide a much larger contact patch than your standard commuter scooter. This combination ensures that the ride remains plush and stable, even when you are pushing the motors to their limits. Stopping power is equally robust, utilizing hydraulic disc brakes that offer a level of modulation and heat dissipation far superior to the mechanical brakes found on cheaper alternatives. It is this focus on the mechanical foundation that makes the Y1000 feel more like a serious vehicle and less like a leisure gadget. Technology also plays a massive role in why America is already falling in love with this upcoming release. The cockpit of the Y1000 is dominated by a 3.5-inch TFT color display. This isn't just a simple speedometer, it is a smart hub that features navigation mirroring. Imagine being able to cast your Google Maps or GPS directions directly from your smartphone to the scooter's dash, allowing you to keep your phone safely in your pocket while you navigate unfamiliar city streets. Security has also been given a major upgrade. Gone are the days of fumbling with physical keys that can be lost or locks that are easily bypassed. The Y1000 uses a sophisticated NFC and PIN code unlock system.
You can tap your phone or a dedicated card to wake the beast, or simply punch in a code on the keypad. It adds a layer of modern convenience and theft deterrence that is becoming a mandatory requirement for high-end urban commuters. Range anxiety is the silent killer of the e-mobility dream, but Engwe has mitigated this with a massive 22.5 amp-hour battery. On throttle-only mode, the Y1000 is rated for a range of up to 100 kilometers, or about 62 miles. Of course, real-world mileage will vary based on how aggressively you use those dual motors, but having that kind of overhead means you can tackle a long-distance commute or an entire afternoon of exploring without constantly checking the battery percentage. When it is time to juice up, the scooter supports 4A fast charging, cutting down the downtime significantly compared to the 2A chargers common in the industry. It weighs in at 35 kilograms, which is certainly on the heavier side for a folding scooter, but that weight is the trade-off for the structural integrity and battery capacity needed to sustain such high performance. The reception in the United States has been overwhelmingly positive, even before the official March 5th launch. Social media forums and enthusiast groups are buzzing with anticipation, primarily because the Y1000 addresses the gap between the ultra-expensive high-performance scooters that cost $3,000 and the underpowered budget models. If Engwe sticks to its traditional pricing strategy, the Y1000 could represent the best power-to-dollar ratio in the entire industry. It's a bold move for a company that started with e-bikes, but by winning a design award before the product even ships, they have already validated their vision. They are not just selling a way to get from point A to point B, they are selling an experience, a statement of design, and a piece of technology that feels years ahead of the competition. As we move closer to the release date, the excitement only grows. The Y1000 isn't just a new product, it's a signal that Engwe is ready to lead the charge in the next generation of American urban transportation.